Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? How's it going? My name is Medic. No, just kidding. It's not. It's Dave Gleason. That's my moniker on these parts. How is everybody's day going? It is Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. The one and only April 14th, 2026 in the history of the world and ever will be. So thank you for coming to join me today. I got a little adventure for us today. I think we're going to travel somewhere. Where, you might ask? Where might we travel? Well, the only place that man must be bold enough to go to, and that is the moon. I am playing Kerbal Space Program. Whoa! Never played it before in my goddamn life, but looks interesting, looks exciting. I love building shit and watching it blow up and get destroyed and watching people get hurt, like live leak videos. So it should be a good time. Let me just take a sip of coffee, gotta power up. This is, a late afternoon stream, so we gotta get the energy right. We gotta match that energy is what the kids would say. I don't know if that's probably a little too quiet, so let's bump up the game audio a bit, huh? Let's bump up the game audio. Now that is good cafecito. Now, he swear he Cuban, right? I'm not a Cuban. I'm not a Cuban person. I don't claim to be. I don't claim to want to overthrow the government of my homeland because my grandfather was kicked off a plantation and Castro confiscated his slaves several decades ago. I didn't have that happen to me. But I do appreciate their coffee and their midnight sandwiches. Very, very delicious. And mojo pork, very solid as well. So, I started up a game. It's called First Time. I got 25,000 funds. Pretty good. I got 0 science, though. And 0 reputation. So, we're going to figure out what the hell that means. Okay. So, we got the vehicle assembly building. Okay. Hello, I'm Werner. Wow. They straight up just using Nazi names. That's okay. Listen, I'm not going to judge. Well, I'm going to judge, actually. They couldn't have picked a different name. They couldn't have been like, I don't know, who was the fucking guy from Apollo 13 that Tom Hanks played? Why couldn't they have picked that name? Why did they pick Werner von Kerman? Now, that resembles a different name that headed NASA quite a bit ago, and he didn't have too many favorable things to say about the Jewish people. Besides the point, I guess we're getting ahead of ourselves. So, hello, I'm Werner von Kerman, Chief Rocketry Engineer. This is the vehicle assembly building, Guten Tag, where we build the spacecraft and later roll them out to the launch pad for flight. Pretty impressive, isn't it? Why am I turning Indian? Stick to the script. Sorry. Guten Tag. On your left, you'll find the component. Now I'm just straight up Indian. I lost it in 2.5 seconds. How did that happen? How the fuck did that happen? On your left, you'll find the components to construct your own spacecraft. Yeah, select a starting part and then attach others to it to build the ship. Then you can have a look around with the right mouse button or the arrow keys. That is it, really. It is not as we were rocket science. Oh. Anyhow, if you need more in-depth explanation on how to build, have a look at the training menu section at the main menu. That's what I'm going to do. Definitely. Where's the training section at the bottom of the main menu? How do I get to the main menu? It trapped me. Dude, what the fuck? Is this a Civ type thing again? Or not Civ, fucking, is it Europa Universalis? Is this a fucking EU5 type deal again? Where there's a million fucking options and I just gotta learn all this shit? Whatever happened to just hopping in a game? How do I go back? I want to go back to the map, please. Okay. Export craft is novice. Okay. That option was there for me the entire time. let's. Where's the what's it called? The training. I would like to do some training. It is very good to do the training. Research and development, astronaut complex. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Where the fuck is Werner von Braun again? Like, hold on here. Did I miss something here? Where's training? Oh, I gotta go to like the main menu. Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm really smart, as you can tell. I'm a rocket scientist. That's why I'm doing this. I'm actually a real-life rocket scientist. So, a little bit about me. I went to Stanford for undergrad. And then I also went to engineering school at Caltech afterwards. So I learned a little bit about rocketry, you know, just in my spare time. Just no big deal or anything. I was originally going to be a brain surgeon, and I picked up a book on rocket science. And then I took it, and I was just like, oh, this clicks. I understand everything that I'm reading, like just off the top of my head. Boom, boom, boom. Took the engineering CAT or whatever the fuck it's called, the engineering test. I got 1,000%. Like, they had never seen a test that good before. And then they gave me a fucking scholarship, and they made me NASA's top engineer. So it's really a really good thing to simulate my life, which is what's happening here. So let's start this. And I'm really good at finding main menus as well. Basic construction. Welcome to today's lecture on vessel construction. I'm Werner von Karman. Whether you want to start a satellite put a satellite into orbit, or make a transcontinental flight, or step onto the very surface of the moon, you're going to need to build yourself a ship. It should be pretty easy, yeah, even if you're not a famous rocket scientist like myself. Oh my god, I can't do this voice for everything. In this tutorial, I will show you around the Kerbaling Space Center and then take you to the vehicle assembly building where you'll learn to construct a simple ship. We'll cover adding and removing parts, what the parts do, how to change the performance settings of these parts, which have that option, and how to control staging. At the end of the tutorial, I'll have a craft fit for a quick hop onto the launch pad. Okay, you'll launch. Okay, perfect. We're now at Kerbal Space Center, blah, 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 KSE. Oh, that's like Kennedy Space Center. I know about Kennedy Space Center. I've been there before. I went there several times. As a kid, actually. Let me make sure that the... Okay. Yeah, really cool place. Okay. Let's... So I already know the vehicle assembly building. I was here. Very good. You see the middle of the screen is the construction area. This is where parts are placed and constructed. Parts toolbox. On the left side of the screen is the toolbox. Okay, so this is like all the shit that you can build with. And we'll show all the parts you have available. Maybe the game is too loud. I don't know. I don't know. Is the game too loud? Someone tell me if the game is too loud on the stream. Okay, inside the vehicle building, you want to craft a controllable. You need a command module. Okay, pods. What is this pod? So we put this down, right? Hey. Okay. At least one part is placed. You can look around the following controls. Arrow keys. Not working. Move the camera up and down. Oh, wow. Look at that. With the arrow key. Oh, they are working. Wow. Something happened. Something happened. Alright. How do I zoom? Keypad plus... I'm just gonna shift scroll it. Wow. Kerbal. Fucking sweet. Alright. If you would like to pilot your pilot to be able to make more than one flight, he or she will have to return safely to the ground or water on Kerbin. Parachutes are a simple way to make sure that happens, yeah? Well, where the fuck is the parachute? I'm not seeing parachutes. I'm just not seeing it. On the utility tab. I really should listen more. Where the fuck is utility? Utility. Okay. Okay. So we put it on top, yeah. Okay. So it like stacks. It's like little Legos. I see. I see. Alright. When you're choosing parts, you can view the details available by hovering them over the toolbox. When the info is visible, most parts have an additional information window, which can be opened with a right click. Wow, look at that. Can you believe it? Altitude 1000. This one, inventory. Okay, it is like fucking EU5 where you click on it and there's fucking more things. God damn it. Configure vessel name. Okay, go ahead and select the parachute by left clicking on it, then move it to the top of the command pod so that the green sphere lines up. Oh, I did that. Okay. Some parts, like our parachute here, have configurable options. To see these, we need to right-click on the parachute we just attached to the pod. Do that now and you'll see the available parameters. I see it. It says 1000. 1000 what? 1000. Altitude. 1000 altitude. So 1000 feet, 1000 meters, 1000 kilometers. What are we talking about here? On the parachute, you'll see that we can adjust the altitude and atmospheric pressure. Oh, you can move 1000 altitude. So I can change the altitude. Altitude. For now, let's check the opening height on the chute is at least 1000 meters. Well, answered my own question. Because safety is a carable way after all. For the minimum pressure slider, move it a bit to the right to 0.2. I can't. Oh, 0 points. Dude, once again, I graduated from Stanford and Caltech, so I'm really smart at numbers and space and shit. For the main pressure slider, move it to a bit to 0.2. This prevents the chute from activating until the atmospheric pressure is above the configured value. On Kerbin, 0.2 is about 9 kilometers. 0.2 is about 9 kilometers. Okay, so 9 kilometers. I don't know how far a fucking kilometer is. If we're being real, Chief. If we're being very real. I was not classically trained in meters in the metric system. Now I know some ounces. I know some poundages. You know, I know yards. But millimeters and meters, don't really know. Okay, you can hide these options by right-clicking on the background scene. Okay, perfect. Simple as. Next up, we are going to need something to make us go. Click on the engines tab. Where the fuck is the engines tab then? There we go. Okay. Okay. Whoa! Grab one connected to the bottom of the pod. Alright. Can I look up? How do I connect it to the bottom of the pod? Okay. How do I go up now? Okay, cool. Now I love this intuitive game. Click on the engines tab and put the available engines. Okay, let's see these settings. It can go 120 fuel. Solid fuel, 820 solid fuel, and 100 thrust limiter. Once again, really smart at reading. I know. Oops, I forgot you're starting out. You're not a famous rocket scientist. And to make that craft survivable as it stands now, you have to be better rocket scientist than me. Ha! Impossible. The problem with that craft is that the solid rocket is too powerful for the payload. A small pod and its chute. It will either burn on ascent from going too fast or burn from coming down. Even if you survive that, the craft's mass will cause it to fall too fast for the parachute to operate properly, and you'll hit the surface. So, why the fuck would you give me the big ol' yum-yums if my pods can only handle, the baby yum-yums? I don't understand that. That makes very little sense for me. Promise to teach you how to change that and make it work in a later tutorial, but let's continue. Continue? Pick up the back thumper. Is this the back thumper? Yeah. Okay. And hit delete. 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 Can't do that. Just put it back. Put it back in the engines tab, yeah? There. That did not work. Alright. Instead, let's add the solid monitor. That's a better match for a ship of this size. Okay. Hey, look, I got a little butt plug spaceship. Whoa. That's cool. That's fucking sweet, dude. I got a fucking little butt plug. Instead, let's add this solid monitor. At the start of your career, you'll have what I consider rubbish parts. Oh, well, fuck you then, bitch. Literally, the motor here looks like and maybe a converted trash can. That said, it does have enough oomph to get this little craft moving skyward, and quickly. As you progress, you will be able to unlock more engines and other parts. For now, let's pick up the R25 flea and connect it to the bottom of the pod. Oh my god, man. You say a lot. You are talking a lot. You might be talking too fucking much, man. Jesus Christ. Nice one. You've built the simplest survivable craft possible. We could go launch this right now, but it might be safer to explain one other thing first. In the bottom right, you'll see the staging stack. It's the box. Oh, Guten Tag, Kokorlu. Sorry, I'm still in the character. What's up, Coco, RLU, Kokorlu, Kokorlu, or Kokorlu? You gotta let me know how to pronounce it. Okay. In the bottom right, also my chat's not working, which is sweet. Trust me, I was so professional. I put up a chat log and everything, but it is not on the screen. In the bottom right, you will see the staging stack. It's the box with the number 0. Okay, well, where am I seeing a box with the 0? I find you. Very good. I'm chilling. This is my first time playing Kerbal. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm listening to this Werner von Karman based on a Nazi character. Or a real historical figure that used to be a Nazi and then headed up NASA. So it's interesting. It's a little blast from the past here. But we're chilling. We're vibing. We're just playing this game, trying to learn it, because tonight we're gonna be on as a group. We mainly are a group channel. I'm just playing right now, learning this game, so we can build some real cool shit moving forward. Reset. Okay, so 0, got it. What this shows is that when you activate the next stage, both the engine and the parachute will be triggered. While it could be considered funny to... Oh, I love your accent. Oh, no, I'm American. I'm straight up in California. But I am, Werner von Karman. He's a German. So I'm just trying to, get a little bit more into the role so we can immerse ourselves in this spacecraft environment and go to the moon. But me, myself, I went to, I'm in California. I went to Stanford, and then I went to Caltech in science and bioengineering and physics and all that string theory. I fucking took that class too. Easy as shit. I'm a super scientist, so I'm just doing what I normally do and building rockets. It's no big deal for me. No big deal. I'm really good at this game because I'm really good at building rockets in real life. To fix this, we need to separate the engine and the chute. Wait, what the fuck? It's not gonna be much of a fight. This game's fucking complex. To fix this, we need to separate the engine and chute into 2 stages. If you mouse over the 0 stage, you will see a little plus and minus appear to the left of the box. Click the plus button to add and new stage. If you add too many, click the minus button and the extra ones and remove them. Okay, I'm doing the accent too much and I'm not actually learning because I'm just focused on doing the voice. Click the plus button to add a new stage. It's nighttime in my country, so I have to leave. Have a good day. Hey, thank you, Kokorlu. If you don't mind, please subscribe or follow or whatever the hell you do on Kick. I don't really know Kick that much, but it would be greatly appreciated trying to build up this channel. But have a blessed evening. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Peace. To fix this, we need to separate the stage engine. Okay, so you'll see a plus and minus. Click the plus button to add a new stage. I did that. If you add too many, click the minus button. Okay. So what do I want to go first? Activate from the highest number, then count down. So, and first stage must be stage 1, the engine. And our second one, stage 0. That makes very little sense. If are we going chronologically or in reverse numerical amount? I don't know. Drag the engine stage down to stage 0. Okay. Done. Hold on, folks. Be right back. I'm going to grab some more coffee. Be back in 2 seconds. And we are back. Sorry about that. Gotta get more cafecito. You already know the fucking drill. You heard? Nah, just playing. Just kidding. Just kidding. Hold on 1 sec. Just wanna check Kick. Damn, hey, yeah, hell yeah. Thank you, Kokorlu, for following. Really appreciate it. Oh, why do I hear myself? Okay, that is why I heard myself. Cool. All right, back on the game. We are going to build the rocket ship. Next. That's it. We now have a safe, relatively safe. Craft that is ready to go. Let's make sure that if we need this design again, we don't have to build it all from scratch, yeah? At the top of the screen, you'll see the name for the craft. Where does it say that? Click on save icon. Hold on, wait. Untitled spacecraft doesn't seem so majestic. Why don't you do that? That was more Indian. German. Again, I'm sorry about that. Something more your style. Okay, how do you do that? Do I hit new? Save default? Oh. Click on the save. I did that. Okay. Oh, ow. Hey, I had my camera bumping that. I'm sorry, everybody. Once again, I'm just a really smart scientist that can totally play games at an elite level. So this is going to be called the Eagle's Perch 1. You know, it's just the first one in a series of the Eagle Perch. The Eagle's Perch. You know, that's a very patriotic American name. You know, they always got these cool, like Apollo's cool. Excellent work. Feel free to play around with the parts and techniques I've shown you, and when you're ready to continue, please press the red button in the upper right to exit. Back at the training menu, try the flight basics tutorial to learn how to fly this craft, yeah? And then intermediate construction tutorial can teach you more about the editor. Any vessels you create here will be lost when you exit. This is just for playing around. Well, there's really not much more I can do here, Werner. I see the parachute that you gave me. I can only create one ship. You really didn't give me many other options to work with. Well, we gotta save Eagle's Perch 1, first of all. Wait, what? Oh, I guess this is how you... Okay, never mind. We're good, people. We're good. I didn't know. What the fuck is this? Oh, Gene Kerman. Okay, Gene. No German accent for Gene. Let's see. How are we gonna do Gene? Welcome to the Kerbal Space Center launch facility. I'm Gene Kerman, and I'll teach you the basics of piloting a spacecraft. I trust you've already checked the basic construction tutorial. If not, I recommend you do so before going through this one. Today we'll do a run-through of all the important controls for your spacecraft. Our little hopper from your basic construction lesson with Werner may not have all of them, but we'll do a full run-through once and see how it flies. If you're ready to go, press next. Flying us. Hey, that's his voice. That's pretty spot on. I was pretty spot on there. That was the guy's voice. So, can I call him, folks? Can I pick him? Can I call him, folks? I think I can. Take another sip of cafecito. Really get the energy going. Flying a spacecraft is all about being in control of a generally very chaotic situation. As a pilot, your main flight controls will affect the pitch, yaw, and roll of the ship. The pitch, yaw, and roll. Okay, I understand what roll is. Yaw is what people in the South say to refer to a group of people. And pitch is what you do in music. So, I'm sorry. I'm just a Caltech graduate, astrophysicist slash engineer of rocket ships. So I just know all these definitions by default. You know, this is like, this was summer reading before I went to Stanford. I did some light summer reading into rocket ships, so I know what all this is. Let's look at those first.
All the other controls will be locked until they're needed or this tutorial is closed. Pitch, yaw, and roll are the 3 directions you will rotate your... okay, that is correct, okay. To help you visualize what we've taken, a holiday snap of the hopper below. What the fuck does that mean? Yaw, roll, and pitch. Okay, that's... So yaw is like... it's spinning towards you. Roll is north-south. Pitch is... So yaw is east-west. Roll is north-south. Pitch is... yeah, other north-south. Other way north-south. This, once again, this is the correct terminology. This is the default terminology that you would use if you were to speak to an astrophysicist like myself. That's the terminology. North, south, east, west. That's how we determine where we go in space. You control your ship's rotation using these controls. All right, ASDWF, or no, SW. SW for pitch up and down, yaw left, right, and then QE. QE is roll left, right. Cool, okay. Throttle plus pitch, yaw, and roll are the main controls you'll need to master a successful crash-free flight. We'll skip over the throttle control for now, as this vessel has no need for it. Don't worry, I'll explain it another time. Well, I think I need to know what the throttle control would be, wouldn't I? Seems kind of important to know. Remember that all of these controls have a limited amount of effectiveness, so bigger, heavier ships will probably respond much more sluggishly. Jesus Christ. It's also good to keep in mind that as stages are separated from the ship, it will become lighter, and this usually means easier to control. Next, let's look at the rest of the flight controls. In flight, all of the planning you put into the staging sequence of your ship comes into play. From launch to the final deployment of the descent parachutes, you can control the activation of several of the ship's parts by activating stages. Okay, so it's the space bar to separate the ship and go to the next stage. I hope it helps you and reminds you as you do this, because I'm focused on the voices here. All right, and I'm not... actually, no, I know everything because, once again, I'm a Caltech certified. I worked for Boeing for a little bit, then now I just work publicly for NASA. Yeah, I know. I took a pay cut. I'm a really good guy. I know all this. But seriously, I really hope they have command prompts as you're doing it without the tutorial, because I'm going to forget all this shit. Notice the stage indicator in the lower left corner. It shows the currently active stage. Since we haven't launched yet, it's showing the first stage is active. I have your staging controls locked for now, so the stage indicator is glowing purple. Okay. Seeing it. Lower left corner. I got it down. I got that down. We're learning. I already knew that, actually. Once again, astrophysicist here. One more thing on the staging. If the staging setup is causing strife, or you change your mind about something, you can edit the stage sequence on the fly. Pun intended. No need to go back to the assembly facility. Okay. Fucking hell, so many words. I need... oh my god. Ugh. I had to drink water. I'm dying over here. My mouth is getting sandpaper because Gene doesn't shut the fuck up. Werner didn't shut the fuck up, but I get it because he's Bavarian or something, so he can't help himself. He's a talker, he's used to growing up with brass bands and trumpets and shit and pork. So, he does it big. These Germans do it big. But, Gene, can I call you Gene? You talk too much. You kind of talk too much. Okay. An important part of flying is knowing how your ship is oriented and where it's going. That is true. As a scientist, I know that. That's why a good pilot is always aware of the ship's attitude. So not altitude, attitude. See, we don't use that at NASA. We don't use that term. And velocity vector, where it's going. Okay. These aren't always the same direction, and as your skills improve, you should pick up on these. Okay. So I'm assuming this is the nav ball. I don't see attitude though. Okay. G-force, throttle, HUDG, and surface. RCS and SAS. SAS, that's what you play as in Call of Duty. I know that. The big round instrument on the lower center of the screen is called the nav ball. This device sums up most of the critical information needed for proper depth-free flight. Here you see the ship's nose in relation to the horizon. Okay. When you're not pointing straight up, it's easily visible as a line between the blue sky and the brown ground, as well as its heading, compass bearing, and speed. Okay. Interesting. I really gonna hope that it becomes more clear in time like it's telling me, because I'm kind of worried, to be honest. Here you see the ship's nose in relation to the horizon. Okay. You also get several icons that indicate things like your current velocity vector, but we'll have a look at those later. Fuck. There's a lot going on in Kerbaling, let me tell you. I wasn't expecting this, but I guess we are. Okay. Oh, fuck. Your vertical... Okay. In the top center part of your altimeter, vertical speed indicator, and atmosphere gauges. Okay, top center. Recover vessel, space center. We got the atmosphere. I see that. Okay. We got 74 meters. We've got atmosphere. So that's atmosphere, vertical speed, and the altimeter. Okay, so not attitude, altimeter. Okay, so multiple things. The atmosphere. Okay, the altimeter will show the distance to the planet's surface at sea level. Sweet. Okay, so that's the altimeter, and I see the little wave indicator here. So that's how you know it's sea level, right? We're 74 meters above sea level. The vertical speed indicator shows how quickly your altitude is changing. When launching, it's considered best to keep this gauge going up. Okay, obviously, I would assume that, and then you want it going down as you land, right? I knew that because I'm a scientist. The atmosphere gauge indicates how deep the ship is in the planet's atmosphere. This helps you know if the ship is high enough for orbiting without losing speed to air resistance, or judge how effective wings and control surfaces will be. Okay. One last thing before we give this rocket the green light. In the staging stack, you can see the indicator for your parachute. Staging stack? Yeah. Parachute? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, perfect. This indicator shows where the chute will be activated by staging. You already know that. But the background will also change color to indicate when it's safe to stage the parachute. And the foreground, the parachute bit of the icon itself, will change color depending on the parachute state. Okay. So we see... Okay, hold on. I don't know why I tripped myself up with that at all. The parachute bit of the indicator itself, all right, depending on the parachute state. So that's the parachute, and then the background is when you're good to go. Note, however, that by default parachutes will not deploy when unsafe, even if you stage them. So what was the point? The 3 shows safety. Safe, so normal, I guess. Risky, which is like the very dark colored piss. Like it's almost brown, like you really haven't drank water in 2 days and you've just been on a bender. Just drinking whatever you can in terms of like rum and shit. Okay? And then red, which is like probably a kidney disorder if you're pissing that out. Okay, the chute is unstaged, white, while in the left 3, the right 3 shows state after staging, arm deployed and cut shredded. Ooh, that sucks. When you are familiar with the chute icon colors, we can move on. So this is how I studied for Caltech. This was basically kind of like the lessons that we took when we were learning how to be NASA. So this is normal, and this is armed, so we're ready to shoot it out, but we're not yet. This is, we're gone, we're in the air, and this is, oh no, it's shredded, we're going down to the ground fast, the parachute is broken. Fuck. Okay. The left ones now, that's, is it safe? It's safe to deploy? I don't know, it's risky. And then bad. You can't even deploy, so what the fuck was the point of putting that option in? Okay. Okay, enough talk. I'll unlock the flight controls and you'll be clear for launch. At any time you may press escape to pause the game. In the pause menu you can restart the flight or end this tutorial and return to the main menu. For now, get yourself prepared and hit space when ready for launch. Don't forget our hopper only has a solid rocket motor, so there's no throttle control. Okay. Make sure to fly in a nice high arc. Fuck. Okay. I don't know, I'm kind of scared. No, I was totally paying attention and everything. Like, first of all, once again, I went to Stanford, graduated from Caltech as well, majored and have a degree in astrophysics, NASA degree. I'm majored in space, so I kind of know what I'm doing. But it's always scary before you start a flight. So we're gonna fly out. We're gonna start it. Let's just say a little prayer. Dear Mother God, please don't let me crash and burn and die in a fiery wreck of death and destruction. And my skin will burn and detach to the metal. And when they find me, they won't even see my body. Please don't let that happen, Virgin Mary. Please, God. Okay, I think we're ready to go. So let's fucking blast off. So, whoa, oh! I'm going into space. I can see the stars in my eyes, and I can look on the ground. Travel across the world in sun and stars and universe. I am flying. Look at... Fuck! I lost it. Captain, we're free falling. Captain, Houston, we have an issue. We have a prop. Houston, come on. What is happening? What the fuck is going on? Focus. Get the yaw. Hit the gear. Hit the shaft. Fuck. Come on, baby. All right. Go. Go parachute. How do you launch the parachute? Parachute. How do you parachute? Come on, parachute man. What are you doing? Get out of there. Go. Activate. What is happening? How do you do this? I was not paying attention in class. Fuck. Parachute, you gonna do it? You gonna go? Go. Oh,
Oh, it did it automatically. Well, that wasn't as bad as I expected. I guess it all turned out fine after all. Wow. Would you look at that? We went to space, guys. Aren't you so excited? Like that? We did something that not many people could ever do. For millennia, humans, developed civilizations, built cities, developed agriculture, made tools, stone, bronze, copper, iron, steel. But only a sliver of us, in the past 60 years, we'll be able to say, I saw the surface of the moon. I saw a man go to space. And we, today, we're part of that everlasting legacy. I don't know. That's just really, really cool. Well done. You survived your first quick flight. When you're landed or splashed on Kerman and not in training, you can point the mouse just above the altimeter and click the recover button on the panel or sides down to ask to be picked up. Oh, wait, how do you do that? Point to the mouse just above the altimeter. Okay. Okay, and you click that, and they'll recover your vessel, and you'll go back to the Space Center. Cool. I've also unlocked the crew hatch, so if you feel like going out for a walk or swim, you can click the EVA, extravehicular activity, button that will pop up when your mouse over the portrait of the Kerbal. Do you want to take... Okay, I don't... So where is that? Ayo! It's Timmy Kerbal. It's Valentina Kerman. Shout out Valentina Kerman. What the fuck? Why is... Climb out. What do you... Climb out. Valentina, where are you going? Climb out. I'm hitting F. Where are you going? Come on. Let's leave. Okay. There we go. There we go. Let's go towards land. Okay. What is this view? Kerbal, can you help me out here? I'm loving this, by the way. The pilot view. Great. Pilot cam is going very well. Okay. I'm ending this scenario. Done. Okay. Well, hold on. Let's maybe we'll get an achievement or something. Let's hit done. Didn't get an achievement. Okay. End scenario. End scenario. Good job, guys. All right. So we went to space. We did it. We genuinely went to space. Really, really cool. All right. So let's do intermediate construction now. In this tutorial. Oh, fucking Werner von Kerman. I gotta do more voices. I gotta go back to the German voice. Oh my god, fuck. Okay. Well, that's fine. We can do it, guys. We can do it. So we are going to do intermediate construction. Now, there's a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of tutorials. Wasn't expecting this many gameplay elements. Very, very cool, I guess. I don't fucking know. Fly me to the moon. What up, Quan? Hey, we got that chat going up. Kick chats apparently are not coming up on the screen, but we do know good old Twitch chats will. So if you're a commenter, like, share, comment, subscribe, and add a comment to see yourself live on stream. That's right. You will be live to many viewers worldwide. Okay. Let's I don't know why that question needed to actually be asked. I don't think that's necessary. Guten Tag. Glad to see you come back. To get started, go ahead and enter the VAB, and I'll give you the overview of what we are building today. Here we go again. Now to business. If you remember, in our last construction tutorial, we covered how to build a simple hopper and some of the basics. Make Artemis 2. Can you shut the fuck up about Artemis 2? What about Artemis 1? Why don't you talk about something original in your goddamn life? Why are you always copying other people? Artemis 2. Why can't you make something new? Why do I need to make an Artemis 2? Why don't you go be Artemis 1? No, I know. I know that. Me being... so, as you know, I graduated from Stanford undergrad. I majored in NASA science, and I minored in communication. That's why I'm on Twitch. And then I went to Caltech, if you remember. I think we might have been roommates, actually, where I majored in astrophysics and string theory and quantum mechanics. And that's why I'm now playing this game, to recreate my life. No, I went to Palm Beach State College Science Department, dual enrollment. Right, but that was like middle school. I was like a young Sheldon type figure, where everybody thought I was really smart from a really young age. And they said, "Oh no, you'll never, you're so smart. One day you'll be streaming Kerbal on multi-platform in front of 3 viewers on Twitch." And I said, "Yes, I will. I have a dream." Here we go again. Now to business. If you remember, in our last construction tutorial, we covered how to build a simple hopper and some of the basics for construction area. In this tutorial, we'll expand your knowledge of some of the more useful features in the VAB, and we'll build a more complex craft that will be able to get us out of the atmosphere. To build our new design, let's start with the craft we built in the basic construction tutorial. Though this one is called Hopper. This will save us a little bit of time, and the accounting department is always happy when we save on time. Click on the Open button in the bottom right corner to load the hopper, and then remove its R25 flea motor. If you mess up, you can recreate the craft from the part list, placing a good pod first, then a parachute on top of it. Note that throughout this tutorial, I'll leave all parts you need available to be placed. If you delete the craft somehow, close the load dialog and open it again, and the craft will be back. Okay, so let's go to the Open tab. Training, that was our hopper. Let's load that bitch up. Okay, and then we're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove this stinky little engine, and we're gonna put a brand new engine in. Look at that. Unlike last time, we won't be bringing the whole vessel back, so we can change our parachute stats from what we used before. How long have you been playing Kerbal? I've been playing for several years, on and off again. You know, I've just been a routine fan. I hear the Lord's crazy. Well, yeah, that's actually what I'm talking about right now. This is Werner von Karman, who participated in the Kerbal Cost of 1943. But we don't talk about that part of his past, and we appreciate more of what he's done for the Kerbal Science Association. We don't talk about where Werner came from. Unlike last time, we won't be bringing the whole vessel. Okay, fuck it. Right click on the parachute and verify its deployment altitude is set for 1000 as last time. Did that. And verify that its deployment altitude is set to 1000, but also set the minimum pressure slider all the way to the right. That corresponds to an altitude on carbon of about 2 kilometers and means a much shorter time hanging. Now I'm just straight up Indian. God damn it. It's basically a Europa. Like, I thought, oh, you build a rocket ship and you go to the moon, but no, it's... Yep, Indian Space Program.
I heard they, I don't know. Does India have a space program? I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. But they still have to, like, when they make astronaut food, they still have to cook it outside in the spaceship's garage. First off, let's change the name of our craft onto the description if you want. So we still have our trash can for special for later on. Simply change the name to something other than Hopper and we can proceed. So this is the Eagle's Perch. Perch 2. So this is the Eagle's Perch series of spacecraft. For this craft, we are going to give the ship some additional purpose by attaching a science experiment. We can run these experiments during our travels and get valuable science data for Kerbaling. There are multiple science experiments. You're going to take Gil. Shatner. No. No, this is a public agency. I don't know what you're talking about. This is Kerbal Aeronautic Association. I don't fucking know. There are a number of science experiments to be performed. Yeah, Werner, I bet you love performing experiments. Particularly on Kerbals that are different ethnicities. Kerbal people that are, still basically the same skin color, but they might have a history of like lending because it was forced upon them in the Middle Ages, and you carried that resentment with them towards modern day, and now you love experimenting on them. I'm sure you do, Werner. I'm sure you do. But at the moment, we only have the mystery goo containment unit available. You send a poor Russian dog. Hey, rest in peace to that dog. I fucking forgot her name. Kalinka or some shit. Hey, rest in peace. She was a fucking goat. Switch this science tab to look at it. Laika. Wow, you're really good at your history. You studied up. See, I went to Caltech. I was more focused on like astrophysics and stuff, so I didn't really, do the humanities. I think that's fucking lame. We shouldn't care about. Oh, you. All right, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Fresno State. All right, shout out the Valley. Go Dogs. Woo, woo, woo. Go Bulldogs. Switch to the science tab to look at it. Where's the science tab? Science. The mystery goo containment unit. What the fuck is that? What the fuck are you posting in my chat? Mods, get this man out of here. What the We're going to... Okay, so switch to the science tab. This is one of the most basic scientific experiments Kerbal scientists have devised. Okay. When you pick up the part, you'll see that it's designed to attach to the sides of other parts. Okay. Whoa! Look at that. That's cool. One way to solve this is to add an extra goo container on the opposite side of the rocket for balance. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can see why that would be advantageous. Is that even enough? That's pretty good. Oh. Is that pretty good? It's more uneven than last time. Okay, that should be good enough. I don't know how detailed this shit has to be, but that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Alright, so we did that. These buttons control the symmetry. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Cool. Looks lopsided. Can you shut up? Will you shut up, man? These buttons control symmetry, highlighted, and angle snap. and can be found in the lower left of the screen. Press the symmetry button, or press the X key, to circle through the available symmetry modes. Set this to 2 times. Is this what 2 times is? And then pick up and place a mystery go containment unit on the side of the pod near the top. You'll notice that the second one has been placed opposite the first. What are you talking about? What? I'm very confused. Thanks. These buttons control symmetry and angle snap. Okay. So set this to 2 times. Set what to 2 times? Toggle snap. Is that what you're talking about? You want me to... Okay. Well, what... I don't understand. You will notice that the second one has been placed opposite the first. It did. Is this supposed to be... Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. So it did kind of... I don't know if it made it good, but looks alright. Fuck it. If you had already placed the lone canister, pick it up, make sure the symmetry is set correctly, and place it again. Okay. If we add too many more parts to the craft, it's going to make it too heavy to survive re-entry safely, and too heavy to be slowed down by parachute, leading to sudden impact syndrome. We'll need to decouple below the pod. A decoupler. Okay, go to the coupling tab. Alright, I got a little coupler here. Grab a TD. Grab a touchdown 12. Or a Tony Dorsett 12. Okay. Couplers have arrows that show you the side that decouples. So it decouples up. Make sure it's pointing up. And it is. Perfect. Well done. Good. Good. You'll recall, I hope, that in the previous tutorial we had to adjust the staging stock. I do remember that. Any Germans working on it? Do you not see who I'm talking to? The Werner von Kerman of the Fourth Kerbal Reich. It's their history is a little distorted, but it basically is the same thing as the human Third Reich. We once again, we don't talk about that checkered part of his past. When you added the couplers, the extra stage is automatically added to the stack. You can of course still move these around, but hopefully this will save you some time as you go. If you ever want to reset this default staging setup, click the reset button at the bottom of the staging stack. Very good. This time we are going to use a liquid propellant rocket engine. Does he sound depressed? Yeah, he's depressed that he's not back on the front lines and doing what he loves best. Killing ethnicities that aren't his. These engines don't carry their own propellants with them, so we need to add some fuel tanks. Go to the fuel tanks tab. What the fuck is that? Good. We are going to need 5 of these tanks to get us to space. Before you grab 5 tanks from the part toolbox, let me give you another tip, because efficiency is my middle name. It goes right after Vaughn. Yeah, October Sky. Yeah, I've seen October Sky. The Appalachian Machine. The man who put West Virginia on the fucking map. He turned Coal Town into Toontown. And by Toontown, I mean tuning up the engines. Once you place the first tank on the rocket, you can duplicate it by hitting the left Alt key. Wow. Hey, I did it. Jake Gyllenhaal. Bro, what the fuck are you on about talking about October Sky and Jake Gyllenhaal?
Add 5 fuel tanks to the vessel and we can proceed. Yeah, good. Switch the engines tab now. This swivel engine you see is obviously different from the fleet we used before. It is a liquid engine and it needs and burns both liquid fuel and oxidizer. We choose to go to them. Okay. Great content we got going on here. Okay, that is what we need. We just added to the rocket. Attach the swivel. Hey yo, look at this fucking rocket. Don't it look cool? The Eagle's Perch 2 is looking mighty elite. This looks like a fine spacecraft. Looking good, I agree. Thank you. Adding fins for balance. We are almost there and you're doing fine. Maybe not as speedily as someone of my caliber though. First of all, I fucking graduated from Caltech's NASA's college. I went to Boeing and I built fucking RM-85 Tomahawk missiles for 10 years of my life. And I helped play a part in destabilizing several different nations, thank you very much. And now I'm just at NASA for the hell of it. Can be found in the aerodynamics tab. Where the fuck is fins? I'm looking for fins like my name is Jake. Call that Adventure Time. Am I fucking right, ladies and gentlemen? Am I fucking right? Where the fuck are fins? Aerodynamics tab. That's what I should be looking for. Okay. We'll turn this symmetry to 4 times. 4 times symmetry. And this is very good because now we'll go... Whoa, that's cool. Okay. So I think I fucked up the goo tanks, but it's not the Jailhouse Rock 1, you fucking asshole. It's called Eagle's Perch 2, and it's a mighty flying machine. Fucking joke ass names. I'm taking this shit seriously. I went to fucking Stanford and Caltech. My parents said they wouldn't love me unless I fucking got a high-paying engineering job, okay? And they put so much pressure on me for 18 years of my life that I almost killed myself several times, okay? They did not tolerate failure. Drop a basic fin on the last rocket tank. You'll see the other 3 symmetric counterparts placed there as well. Oh, wunderbar. We've got a rocket that will reach for the stars. Admittedly, I did say reach for, but as this is a basic rocket, which can't achieve orbit. But on the right side, that means re-entry will also be basic. You've done a great job in building a basic hopper and a suborbit capable rocket. Hopefully, you've learned a few things about how to build a craft and learn how to use the shortcuts that are in here. Feel free to hang around a bit and try your hand at other things too. Or perhaps you could look at the next lesson on suborbital flight, where we will see just how this rocket performs. Or head over to the science tutorial and learn how to advance your career and unlock more parts. Well, I already know how to do science because I'm a scientist. So I don't need to do that. I just need to learn how to fly this particular rocket, which should be intuitive because once again, I was very smart. I was a gifted kid, so I do know how to fly a little bit, okay? It's no big deal. I just want everybody to know that as a child, I was placed in gifted classes, and that now defines my personality 25 years later after the fact. Thank you. If you could show yourself out of the construction facility with the red button on the top when you're done experimenting, that would be great. Auf Wiedersehen! Any vehicles you create here won't be lost when you exit. This is just for playing around. Whoa. Hey, yo. This shit. But I can't actually fly it, can I? I'll just have to, so what the fuck is the point? Very cool though. Wow, look at all these fuel tanks. But we'll deal with that later. cancel. Let's save. We gotta save the Eagles perch too. Okay. Training. Suborbital flight.
Hello again. Glad you could make it back. Today we'll take a exciting step, getting our first Kerbal into space. Yup, with a capital S. Hopefully you remember the controls we discussed in the basic flight tutorial, but don't forget that you can always press escape and click the view bindings button for a reminder. If you're ready, let's get started.
Well,
Your mission today is to make a short suborbital, less than orbital, flight out of the water to the east. It's a nice arcing. Is that how you spell arcing?
it's got to be. Intuitively, it makes sense, but that just looks wrong. Sorry.
A nice arcing path that ensures a gentle, survivable reentry. Straight up and straight down is not good for survival. I've set up the pink targeting indicator on the nav ball as aim point, but do note that this is not the case for normal missions.
The target marker is normally used for other things and does not help with ascents.
Starting with the nose pointing straight up on the launch pad or 90 degrees elevation from the eastern horizon.
Tilt east to 80 degrees elevation on the nav ball by 150. Bro, you can't do this. You can't have a game and then be like, you got to tilt 80 degrees, 150 meters per second. Like, you can't make me learn this. You can't make me do this. Like, when it's 400 meters per second, I need to tilt to the east 70 degrees. Brother, come on. I don't even know where the degrees are. The only degrees I like are 65 and sunny. Okay? If we're being real. I don't know where are the degrees? Okay, so this got to be the degrees. So tilt east, that's this, I think it's D, right? Okay. Y'all left, y'all right. Okay. Pitch up and down is S and W. So S and W, pitch up and down. A and D are left, right. And roll left and right are Q and E. Okay. So we'll see. After burnout, coast up into space and have a look around. Prepare for reentry. Lastly, reenter and land safely. Okay, actually, hold on. I need to look one more time. How do you fucking launch a parachute? Where's the parachute option? I guess it's staging, so you just... So it would be this first, and then this, and then this. Okay. I don't know, man. All right, let's just say another prayer. Dear Lord who art in heaven, please allow me to successfully complete this mission. I don't want to die today. I don't want to risk my life on this flight for no reason. I don't actually know what I'm accomplishing by doing this mission, but please don't let me die in a fiery wreck that will ultimately lead to my demise, and that won't be able to recover my body, and my mother won't even be able to see me at my own funeral. Everybody would be so sad if that happened. And I just want to live for another 30 to 40 years and experience so many things that I never got to do. God, please don't let me die, be dismembered in one single swipe of an instant, because I'm in space and humans were not actually designed to go up this high in altitude. Dear God. Thank you, Mother Jesus Mary. Can you fucking... Okay, I guess we blast off. 5, 4, 3, 2... Oh, bro, you're counting me down. I need to click these tabs. Restart, please.
Unlike the Hopper in our first lesson, this new craft has liquid fuel engines. This means we can throttle to set the... No,
I think Houston's got some problems. I think Houston has ADHD and won't chill out for 2 seconds.
Unlike the hopper in our first lesson, this new craft has liquid fuel engines. This means we can use the throttle to set the output.
Okay. Throttle is control. Left shift, left control. Throttle max. Throttle cutoff. SAS stands for Stability Augmentation System.
Although Kerbal astronauts usually refer to it as a sickness avoidance scheme. Whatever it stands for, what it is trying to stop the ship from spinning around, using the computer-controlled auto-torque drive compensator technology to counteract the rotation of the ship. In its simplest form, it will keep the ship aligned with the orientation it has when you turn SAS on. Or, if you pitch your roll while SAS is on, the orientation will... Okay. So SAS can be activated or deactivated momentarily by holding down the F key.
Okay. Or toggled by pressing the T key.
If you have problems following the maneuvers, once you enable SAS and liftoff, you can hit the small red button to the left of the nav ball that is a miniature target indicator.
Okay. Left of the buttons. It's to the left of the buttons. Where? What do you... Where? Lower left of all the buttons. I don't see the buttons. Okay. This? What are the... Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. Well, shit. I guess we'll wing it. I'm just going to hit F or T.
If this craft has a bit too much engine, so we're going to throttle up, throttle down for launch. So set your throttle to 2/3.
The upper of the... what? The upper of the 2 middle notches on the slider. I don't know what that... Where's the slider? No, set it at max. It would be great if I could set anything. I don't know what that means. Where's the slider? Well, they're just like... this game is just like, oh yeah, go to the slider bar. Okay, cool. I don't know what that means. You never pointed that out to me before. Turn on SAS to help control things. Bro, okay. SAS. Cool, I did it. Yay. So set your throttle to 2/3. Well, good. Turn on SAS. Okay, I turned on SAS. Cool. Where's the slider? Is this the slider? Gene's kind of cute. Bro, where is this slider? Try the middle mouse wheel. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. You gotta do a better job of explaining this. Atmosphere, like, we're going to throttle up, throttle down for launch. Set your throttle to 2/3. The upper of the 2 middle notches on the slider. So this, or this. Like, come on. Come on. What are we doing here? Seriously? Are you not going to point it out? Like, where is this throttle? What are you talking about? Left shaft?
Left shift? Okay. The upper of the 2 middle notches. Okay, so right here. Cool. Thanks, Quan. How did you learn that? I just thought it was when you were going you hit the shift. But apparently I graduated from Caltech. I'm just really smart. I forgot that. I obviously knew that. Like, I knew that. I just, was, just distracted. During this lesson, some of the information is quite detailed and could take a while to read. Yeah. Left control to lower. Okay, so that's... Thank you. Gotcha. Okay. So we shift up and down. Okay. During this lesson, as this is a short suborbital hop, I don't want you to miss anything important. I will place a warning at the top pages where you might want to pause the game to read. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Am I losing it? No. I'm not losing it. I'm good. We're 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 good. Are we good? We're good. Oh, we're out of control now. No, don't worry. I got it. I clutched it. I'm back. Oh! 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 Wait, is this good? Are we good? Is this the target? What's the target? Is this the target? Wow. Uh-oh, you flipped out. You pointed your vessel too far away from the direction it was traveling. Okay. I was following the circle. There's 4 different circles popping up. So I need you, Gene, to tell me which circle is the goal circle or just the troll circle. All right. I'm ready. You ready? Fuck Artemis. This is the Eagle's perch. All right, we're going. Kiss your mother goodbye. Kiss your wife goodbye. Kiss your children goodbye. Jebediah. This is our time. This is your time. This is what humans have been working towards for millennia. We've always dreamed when we looked upon the stars, but now you, Jebediah Kerman, will be among the few, the proud, the brave that will venture forth into the cosmos. We have liftoff. Oh, I gotta click through all this shit. Wow, that was anticlimactic. Oh, I just got sticky keys. We're going. All right, when I reach 150 to the east, so is that... Looking good. Now let's turn a little more. Start aiming for the 70. All right, we're doing well. We're kicking ass now. We're kicking ass now. Look at this. Look at this. We are on point here. Throttle up, throttle up, throttle up, throttle up. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now go ahead and throttle up to full power. Hold steady. Hold steady. Let's escape to pause. Okay. Whew. We're doing really well. We're doing really well. Don't want to fuck it up here. You've succeeded in getting your ship trajectory bound in space. We are fucking in space. Jebediah, you
fucking bad, man. You've done it. I see Jebediah is blacked by the blacked. He might have been blacked last night, but that's fine. You know, you got to do whatever you do to get yourself in the zone. But he is blocked by the salt pile at the bottom right corner of the screen. It's fine. It's not a big deal. First of all, don't say huh. Don't be fucking ignorant. Okay? You know, he wants to go to the, you know, he wants to go deep in a dark space. Well, dark was getting deep into him. Okay? It's fine.
You successfully succeeded in getting your ship on a trajectory bound for space. I've now set your target indicator to align with your velocity vector that will minimize drag by turning the smallest slide of the vehicle into airflow. Somewhere around here, you'll see the nav ball speed indicator auto switch from surface to orbit, accompanied by the speed number jumping. Go ahead and switch it back to surface mode by clicking on it until it says surface again.
I don't know what that means. Switch it, clicking on it until it says surface again. Okay. Switch from surface to orbit. Okay. Accompanied by speed number jumping. Go ahead and switch it back to surface mode by clicking on it until it says surface again. You might have noticed some flickering flames near the end of our burn here, which is due to the high speed of your craft in the atmosphere. Yes, I agree with that. I know that. I'm a scientist. Normally our ascent would be a little slower, but I'm sure our friend Werner has helped you build a ship that will withstand this heat, and besides this high and slow, you'll be fine. If you want to have a look at your trajectory, hit the M key. Okay, we're going to the apoapsis. That is the highest point on the projected path. We've got a little time to chat. Once you clear the atmosphere, we'll go over what you can do in space. Wow. Cool. Okay. All right. All right. So, what now? All right. I put back on orbit. Okay. Oh, nope. We're good. We're good. No, we're good. We're good. No, we're good. Come on. All right. Can you tell me what to do in space, man? You said you were going to tell me what you do in space. Well, I don't know what I'm doing in space. So, we're now in space. It's no big deal, I know. You know, I've been here many different times before as an astronaut scientist, NASA scientist myself. I frequently go to space. This is basically, for me, it's like a quick run to CVS pharmacy. All right. So while we float up here beyond the atmosphere, I'll quickly tell you about a couple things you can do. Fuck, we gotta go back for the elf bar. With an advanced enough astronaut complex in the KSC, we can train our Kerbals to spacewalk. Wow. When we're carrying science devices like our goo containers, we can perform experiments. Feel free to play with the goo containers now by right-clicking on them. I'll let you know when it's the next phase. Cool. No usable comms device to do. Okay. Well, fuck. Hold on. Hold on. It's okay. We're good. Review data. Keep experiment. We're good. Wow. I'm doing science. I'm doing fucking science. Oh. Okay, so the other one automatically opened up too. Observe mystery go. All right, good. Wow, look at me, man. I'm doing space-tacularly. How do I play with the goo? What do I like to play with that goo.
Review the data. What am I supposed to do here? Are you an LE? Goo seems to have clumped into a sphere and become brittle. Wow. Intolerable after transmitting. Well, that's not good. Oh, press escape. Uh-oh. As we near the edge of the atmosphere again, it's time to reorient the pod to get ready for re-entry. We're going to only re-enter with the pod and chute and goo canisters, but we're not going to decouple yet. In real missions, it's best to keep your upper stage around until the last moment. You never know when you might need it. Anyways, it's best to re-enter bottom first, and since we ascended about 70 degrees pitch, we'll naturally re-enter around negative 70 degrees pitch. That means you want to aim the top of the capsule at the 70 degrees pitch line, but in the opposite heading. This is at the heading of 270 on the nav ball. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is just so much science. That means that you want to aim the top of the capsule at the 70 degree pitch line. Okay. So we're at 80 degrees right now. So we're looking good, but I don't know. Let's see. Turn SAS off, change your altitude, and then turn it back on. Okay. Oh. And then what we want to do is... Oh, we're off track. We're off course. Stabilize T. Well, okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We clutched it. We saved it. Don't worry. We're good.
Detailed info. You are now re-entering Kerbing's atmosphere. Make sure to keep all hands and feet inside the pod at all times. We don't want you getting burnt or anything. Don't miss the flames. Oh, don't mind the flames. Werner is a world-famous rocket scientist after all, and he's built this ship to withstand them. Last time we watched the parachute icon wait for the right time to open the chute. This time we're going to do something a little different. Remember in the construction tutorial where you designed this vessel, you set the chute to not semi-deploy until 0.75 atmospheres of pressure? This means the chute won't perform the first of its 2 deployment steps until then, even after you activate it by staging now. On Kerbin, that means about 2,000 altitude before sea level.
Okay, so let the smarts in there to pop it at the right altitude. Okay. Good. So I arm the chute now and just gotta wait for us to go back to the planet, I assume. Oh. 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 Wow. I thought I turned... Okay, there we go. I thought I turned it on, but I guess it turned off. My bad. We're stable. Guys, we're stable. We're good. Okay, so when we get to 2,000... He's good. What are you talking about? He's smiling. I don't know if you can see in the corner. He's fine. He's loving this. All right? The AC's on. We're playing his favorite music. He's loving it, okay? Now should I... Do I hit something now? We're going fast. We're going fast. Going fast. Guys, help. I don't know who's coming to get me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop in time. It's not letting me deploy. All right. Are we good? Come on. It won't let me. It won't let me. I'm going to hit this ground so hard. Are we going to... Okay, well, we're not too far from the land. Okay, we did it. We did it. We did it. Boom. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're making landing. Wow. We went to space. We actually went to space. No, he's not lost at sea. Oh shit, we might be lost at sea, but we went to space. Like, who cares? We can be lost at sea all we want. We've braved the great unknown, the final frontier, space. So I think we can handle a little bit of waves and a little bit of castaway fun adventures on an island with a Wilson ball. Okay. All right. We can land now. Enjoy a leisurely float down to the surface. Okay. Well, looks like that's what's going on. Are we making landing? And we have made landfall. Thank you, Gene.
Welcome back, and congratulations on completing and even surviving your first real mission. You've managed to launch, control your vessel into space, orient yourself correctly, and land safely. That's quite an achievement. If you want to practice this again, choose I don't want to practice this again, Gene. And be sure to check out the other tutorials.
All right. We will be doing more tutorials. Yes, I do want to end this scenario. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's see if I can complete the mission by clicking recover in vessel. All right, they don't let you do that in tutorials. Okay. Well, we did it, folks. We went to space. This wasn't real. No, this was a tutorial. This has all been tutorials. We'll really be playing tonight, but as of right now, this is just a little. Well, I gotta learn how to make a ship before we start fucking around with actual money here. Alright? And we're actually risking lives. No, fuck you. Alright? You got your money's worth. You saw space. Who else gets to see space? No one else. No fucking. You hop on twitch.tv/LosHombresSalados and you get to see space. What fucking other bitch ass Twitch streamers are going to space for you? Not many, okay? So, no. And thank you for the refollow, resub for 12 months. Appreciate it. NASA Twitch channel. Yeah, well, no, they didn't go to the moon. They went around the moon. I'm actually going to go to the moon. Unlike those scientists or astronauts who fucking lie and say that they're going to go to the moon but don't, we're actually going to go to the fucking moon. That is a promise. By the end of this decade, we will put a man on the moon. All right, I'm going to hop off for a sec. We will definitely be streaming tonight. I'll be back on in a bit. And yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Remember to like, share, subscribe, LSS, follow, retweet, and I will see you next time.